Okay. Alright, folks. Welcome. Okay. Let's see how this plays. Welcome. I am Nathan Butler. This is my channel. And I'm in the process now basically of trying out Hustle Kings VR. I've done Hustle Kings before years ago. But now I'm giving a sense of how this plays in virtual reality. Loading, okay. Right now it feels like looking at a screen that's curved. Okay, there we go. Now it feels like I'm actually in the world inside the location. Oh, look. Advertisements for Resogun and Little Big Planet and Drive Club. Hardy har har. Okay. So I'm using a move controller here, or two move controllers. I think I can use two, but only one is lit up, so we'll see. Alright. Point the Q at the pack of balls. Use a left stick to rotate the Q and right. Okay, well no, because I'm not using a standard fucking controller. Okay, apparently I must use a standard controller then. That's gonna suck as I duck down here. Oh cool, I can see under the table as I look for where I laid my damn controller on the floor. There we go. Okay. Point the Q at the pack of balls. And I can't do anything with the move controller, huh? Well, that sucks ass, given the fact that what made this a particularly good experience before was the ability to use the move controller. And surely the move controller can be used because one of them is lit up. Let's find out. Alright. Okay. Okay. But that's not what I want to do. I want to be able to use the freaking PS Move. I don't give a shit about playing this game if I'm playing it with a fucking controller. The whole point of the experience for me is the immersion. So if I can't use the Move controller, there is no point of playing this game where having spent $10 on the add-on. Yes. Yes, all the way to the top, yes. It does seem like I'm kind of... It's reverse. If I hold the right stick, left stick, it seems like it's reverse of what it probably should be. Whatever. This time, take your shot. You need to stop the spinning meter below by pressing the X button. I just stop the meter as close to the top as possible. Okay. Well, at least I didn't immediately scratch. Okay. It's nifty to be able to look down and see it, but what happened to the ability to actually play with it? And there goes the cats fighting again. You completed the training event. I don't want to fine-tune this way! Yeah. And find a circle button while rotating the cue. Okay. Hold circle button. Ah, okay. There we go. Okay, yay. Uh-huh. Okay, look, let's get out of the training. Is there some way that I can activate the fucking move controllers? It says move down there at the bottom. it's got the little trigger symbol. If I click the trigger, nothing happens except that as I click the trigger, I'm moving around. So I'm not at all sure what it's trying to get me to do with it. I switch to the left hand, and I've got sort of the same thing. All of a sudden, it's letting me move back and forth, but I'm not able to actually do anything. So let's see if it's maybe just training mode that is screwing with me. Career. Nope. Every time I press the whatchamacallit, every time I press the move button, which is the thumb button, it's jumping me over to the other screen. So I guess I need the other one. Try standing here with 2 fucking move controllers in your hand and a DualShock. Come on. Yeah, surely there'll be options at some point to let me use the move controller. I don't want to. No. Are you giving me a choice here of being able to use this or something else? Or is it just the difference between Yep, nope, that's just the difference between who's using who's a human and who's not. Lovely. Starting with X. Alright. Now, again, nothing that I do right now with the move controller is doing a damn thing. Nothing I do with the other move controller seems to be doing a damn thing. Well, okay, yeah. Nothing on either move controller. This is my DualShock controller here. I don't care about types of chalk here, son. Oh my goodness. Options. Control method, analog. Yes! Motion controller! Yes! That's what I'm trying to get you to fucking do in the first place. There we go. Now my DualShock is doing nothing. So I pick up the motion controller. There we go. Okay. Whoa! Except it is just one motion controller instead of 2, which is interesting. Power. Moving back and forth does nothing for me. Okay, I hold circle. Check. Take the shot. There we go. There we go! Now it's actually motion controlled, although it's not as motion controlled as I would have hoped. I would have hoped there would have been something to do with your left hand, but it's been so long that I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head whether or not there actually is anything for you to do with your left hand, usually. I can't remember if this was always a 1 move controller or a 2 move controller game. Alright, so if I hit circle, excuse me. Yeah, circle's going to move me to different points around the table, depending on where I'm pointing, I guess. And then if I hit, if I hold down the trigger, then it's going to rotate. I don't actually want to necessarily do that. There we go. It's sort of automatically changing my view. I'm not changing it manually, though, a couple of times. So whatever, let's just see how this plays. Set spin. Okay, so I'm holding it and moving it to choose the spin put on the ball. Okay. Okay. Triangle shows chalks, apparently, but it's not. Circle lets me set power by moving in or out. Take shot is X, which then brings me up to this menu. Trigger, pull back, and thwack. I'm wondering to what extent you can actually like lean down to see it. or if this is something better done sitting. We'll see. Try this out. Not going to stay in this demo very long. That was the most frustrating, let's get to be able to use your motion controller type of experience that I've run into with VR so far. There's nothing initially when you turn it on, even if you're using the Move controller to start the game. There is nothing that actually makes it so that it defaults to that. At least not in this first time of turning the damn thing on. Alright, so I want to scoot. And there's that fine control here. And then set power. Why not? And then, oh, take the shot. Ah, that sucked. But okay. Now let's see. I guess the next time I'll just see if I can duck down and get a better angle on it. Because they said that one of the things you're supposed to be able to do that's supposed to be able to make it more immersive is to basically line up your shot by like being right there around it or looking around it. I'm not really seeing that yet. But that could just be because I'm standing as I'm playing. Okay, I mean, I do like the fact that you're essentially in the environment. And you got the stuff floating above you, so it feels more like you're actually standing at a pool table. In fact, it feels like I'm standing at a pool table that's actually a little bit bigger than the one that I grew up with back in the day. But yeah, we'll see. So, who wants to use a freaking motion controller when you gotta control it like that? Yeah, it is a little tricky. Oh yeah, I was gonna see if I can kneel down. Okay, so I'm kneeling down. And yes, I can line things up by kneeling. Although, again, it's not super accurate yet. I go to power and lower it some. If that's going to make a difference or not. If I want to take the shot, I can take the shot from down here. Huh. Not bad. Again, it's kind of odd that you don't have like a thing to do with your other hand, your opposite hand, though. Go. Don't need superpower to do that. Get down here. Ah, damn it. Botched it. Almost got on the other one, but still botched that one. Alright, so, interesting. So you can play it with the controller. You can play it with the Move controller, but you're going to have to manually choose it once you're in-game, because it's the only time the options menu will even come up for you, seems like. You can't do it from the main menu screen to choose how you're going to start. And if you are playing with a Move controller, it is just playing with one controller in either hand, just right or just left, rather than playing with two. That left-hand one is essentially dangling on my wrist. I can use it to choose in menus, but I can't do anything with it while I'm actually playing this. Predominantly because its colored ball is not lit. Man, that is one tough to... And you gotta be a little bit more exacting with your hand movements, I suppose. Alright, so last shot, and then we'll call it a day. Hold the trigger, pull it back, shove it forward, and botch the shot and scratch at the same time. Lovely. But yeah, so you get the picture. I mean, it's Hustle Kings, right? Except in theory, whether you're playing with I would almost say that you'd almost have to play with the controller to really have the accuracy. I only played this a little bit with the Move before, in the non-VR version on PlayStation 3, and the Move controls feel a little bit wonky, feel a little bit loose, a little bit too loose. But whether you're playing and you're able to get steady with the Move controller or you're able to play it with the DualShock 4 controller, I would say this is probably the way to play. To be able to actually see it, to move around. I mean, I can look down at the table. Tom won. No kidding. Get out my face. You can move around the table. You can duck down and look at the table. You can look at it from above and so forth. So in that sense, recommended. And it is only $10. So if you really are into video game pool or billiards, and you've played Hustle Kings before, I believe the PSVR version and the PS3 version are cross-buy. So if you have one, you get the other. The standard PlayStation 4 version is free, or at least it was whenever I pulled it up. I'm assuming it's because it's actually free, not a cross-buy thing, because it didn't list purchased. It just said free, even though I've got it for PS3 and Vita already. And then the PSVR add-on is a separate plugin that you buy, and that's $10. That makes it the tied for the cheapest of the PlayStation VR experiences that you can get at this point from the PlayStation Store that you actually are paying for, as opposed to PlayStation Playroom VR, which is free. This is $10, which puts it right there along the lines of Eve Gunjack at $10. Although if I had to choose between this or Eve Gunjack, unless I'm a big pool guy, I'm going with Eve Gunjack. So that's a quick look here at Hustle Kings VR. We still need to look at Playroom VR. We still need to look at Battlezone, and we still need to look at Here They Lie. We're going to go next to Battlezone in the next stream here. So, kind of take this under advisement. This is really going to be a maybe for some people, but not for most. But then again, that's kind of always been the nature of Hustle Kings, let alone Hustle Kings VR. So take it or leave it. This is definitely one to check out a video like this on, and maybe even try yourself before you actually buy it, or even try it with the Move controller before you buy.